Hello. I'm going to briefly explain the code I did for each of the projects, so I'm going to do that right now. So I'll begin the order of the first project to the third one. So to start off with the designs for mostly all three of them, I mirrored the sample projects, except for minor tweaks here and there. But besides that, it's roughly the same. For the code itself, I begin with the calculate button, which is this right here. I started off with dimming the three scores as an integer. Same with the sum, except for the average, I left that as a double. The next line is I used a try parse so I can convert or link the text boxes into integers, so it worked. Uh, Next line was the calculations itself, which is what the sum is, which is just the three scores added up, and then the average, which is just the sum divided by three. So that gives the answers for both those. And then the display box, which will show it all together. So I'll show you that now. The code for that. So I believe it was 100, 80, 90. Yeah. So here's the code for that. So I think it worked pretty good. So that's that one. Uh, Next one is the weekly temperature. This is the design I have for that one. Uh, the code for this one, pretty similar to what I did for the previous one. I just dimmed this time the temperatures instead of where the last one was. And then also again the try parse to link the Texas integers. But this time I have a message box, so if the person misses one of the boxes or just purposely doesn't put anything in there and tries to enter it, it'll give them the error message. Uh, then the next line, the calculations itself, which is just adding the temperatures up for the average and then dividing it by 5, and then getting that answer and just putting it in the sixth text box, which is right here, which I have as a read only, so they can't change that one. And that's just the answer for that one. And then for the clear button and then the exit button, I have the basic code for that one to get that done. So I'll show you what this one does. I just need to change the okay. So I'll have to put in the numbers for each of them. Calculate and yeah, gives you the 80. So I'll also show you which one or the error message too. So I'll just delete this one, for example, and try to calculate it. And nope, it gives me the input, just tells me a message, enter a working number in the box. So there's that. Also the clear clears it all up, and then exit exits the entire thing. Moving on, the software release. Again, the design, like I said with the other two, I just mirrored the sample as best I could just to keep it clean. Um, the code for this one, uh, almost similar to what I did for the previous two, except for this one, I declared the values first, or the pricing in the public class, just to keep it out of the calculate button one. I didn't want it there. So again, the clear exit just kept it the simple code that it's supposed to be. And then this time for the calculate, I started off pretty similar, dimming the stuff first and their value. And this one, same thing, except I added select features to string builder. Then I also began with first I began with these two, the radio buttons, the yearly and the one time. First I set up their code right here. And then I began with the checkboxes with ifs and then thens and ifs. So uh, if they click on those, it gives it the chance at the probability or whatever. And then I also added this right here for the final two, for their values. In case they added nothing, then there's none. Or if they added something, then it does the calculation for that. And then the results, it puts it in these two text boxes right here. So when all that's together, let me change it real quick. There you go. There you go. I'll start off with how the example had it, just these two. Calculate, and here's the numbers. So it seems to be working. I'll start pressing random once to show you the different variations it could have. I think that's about pretty good. Clears it all up. calculate. If I try to calculate without anything in there, it'll just give me 0. And there's, yeah, exits it all out. So yeah, that's the code I had for all of them and what I did for it. Thank you.